Hey guys, it's Maymay and we're going to continue in our As Many As series, but I realized something. When I made my cards the very first day or the very first video using my cut aparts, I forgot to use these guys. I forgot to cut them apart. So I'm going to cut these guys apart and make them just like I did the ones on the very first video, and then we'll just count them. I won't make you watch me do that again. Today, we're starting tags. I'm going to start with these guys, turning them into tags. They're super easy because they're already ready to go. And then we're going to make some tags from scraps and stickers. So let's get started. Now the first thing I'm going to do, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to do this, is I'm going to glue this down to a white piece of cardstock because the back looks like this and I want to be able to do to and from back here. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this down and then use my little layer guides to help me trim them out so I don't have to measure them. But listen, they'd be super easy to measure. There's no reason not to. You totally could just measure these guys, but I'm just going to cut through them with an X-Acto blade, or with a actually with my pen blade. So I'm going to glue all four down and then I'm going to cut them all out. For cutting them out, I'm going to use my little blades here and pick the side I want. I kind of like this 3/16 side. Can I get it for both of them? Did I get them too close together for 3/16? I don't think I did. Let's try it. If I did, I can always cut down shorter. Now remember, more passes, less pressure gets you a much cleaner cut. So there's 3 passes, and I'm also doing this on Not Your Mama's cardstock, so I'm probably going to need to pass several times. It's not quite released. That should have done it. There we go. All right, so there's one. And all you do with these little guys is you just butt them up against the edge of the tag, and it measures your spot for you. Then you just run your knife beside it. That should have cut through there. It did. All right, and now I'm going to run it around the other side. I never use the 3/16 side. I don't know why. I really like 3/16, but I do not like to measure it. Let's get one of these guys cut and done. Go. So I'm going to do that with all of them to get me started. Now the back will be nice and clean so I can stamp on them to and from. So I got them all glued down and trimmed out. Now I'm going to take my crocodile and I'm going to cut the hole out where the tag goes, just like so, on every one of them. Then I'm just going to stamp the back with to and from, but I'm not going to do that part just yet. And the reason is I'm going to make a lot of other tags, or I'm going to try to make a bunch of other tags today. I don't know how far I'll get in this video, but we're going to make as many as we can. And I'll stamp everything all at the same time because I like to assembly line. But since these are the only ones I will be doing in this manner, I thought I would do them by themselves. So now we get to go play with stickers and scraps and other things to make some more tags. So the first thing I'm going to do for my tags is take a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And this is the way I love to start all my tags, unless I'm using pre-made ones, but this is how I make my own. So I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to cut it in half at 4 1/4 down the long side. Okay, so that's 4 1/4, so it gives me 2 of the same strips. Then I'm going to cut this down into 2 3/4 pieces. So that's the size my tags will end up being. So 2 3/4, and I should be able to get 8 from one piece of cardstock. That's what I love about tags. I love how many I can get from one piece of cardstock. So now I have 8 pieces that are all the same size, and then I'm going to use a punch to make my corners. So this is my angle punch, and I'm going to use the large side. And I'm just going to come through and lay these in. Oh, that's the small side. Just said I was going to use the large size. So I'm going to lay these in and just punch the corners. And I love how this tag turns out. I think it's perfect for what I'm using it for. So I'm just going to run through and punch all of these. You can do multiples. Here again, I'm using the really thick cardstock, so I wouldn't do more than 2. That way I don't have to kind of fight with the punch. And while I got all these guys, I'm going to go ahead and punch them with my crocodile. I'm going to attempt to punch them all at one time. Let's see if I can do it. Well, I did. That just went through like butter. So now I got them all punched. That helps me to know what to avoid. If I'm not careful, I want to avoid that hole, and I'll be sad later because I will have covered it up. So digging into my scraps, I have all these little strip pieces that were left over from different things that I was doing. And I think these are really cute to kind of layer them like this. And you can use your stickers to help you kind of put a focal point on here. So let's see if we have anything we might want to use. That's adorable, that little stocking. This would be super cute because you could put it on a food gift. Wouldn't that be cute? And then there's a Christmas tree. There's some ornaments left. And I still can dig through and see if I can find anything that's in my stash, in my paper pat that I can use as well. So I think what I'll do on this one is I'm gonna run through first and just kind of lay these pieces on and glue them down, and then come back and put focal points on. I think that'll be cute. So I pulled out the tags that I wanted to do a little stamping on, and I dug through, that was loud, I dug through my stamps till I found one I liked. And this one says, don't open till December 25th. And I'm gonna put that on there because I think that'll be cute. And that'll work for any Christmas card or Christmas gift that I'm giving there. So I just think I'm gonna go ahead and just add it here and there. If you're wondering where this particular stamp came from, it's from Ornamental Greetings. It's our stamp set called Ornamental Greetings. You can get that on the website. So I'm just gonna run through. See how much that just changes things? It's so cute. And then even though this says 'tis the season, it's 'tis the season to not open till I say. Right, moms and dads? That's right. All right, so I'm gonna stamp all these real quick. And then I'm gonna do the to and from on the back. And then I think I'm gonna go back to cards. I wanna see, I have an idea. I have a couple of pieces of paper left, full size 12 by 12. I think I'm gonna go back to cards. So I have several strips of cardstock left like this. And I saw a card layout on Pinterest that I really liked. So I thought what I would do is with those last two pieces, let me show you. These last two pieces I have of full-size cardstock, I thought I would do them very much like we did before, where we kind of treated them like that one sheet wonder situation, and cut these down for some card fronts and use some 1 3/4 inch circles and 2-inch scallop circles and make some focal points out of those with just a stamp. So let me show you how we're gonna put 12 more cards together. So I'm gonna start with the cardstock. And the first thing I'm gonna do is cut that little branding strip off because I don't need it for this particular part of the project. So I'm gonna put that aside because I've been saving these little pieces to see if we can use those. We'll see. And now what I wanna do is check the orientation of my paper. It doesn't matter here so much, but let me check this side. It does matter on both of these sides. So I'm gonna pay attention to that. And because of that, I'm gonna cut them facing up. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these down into 4 by 5 1/4 pieces, just like we did with all of our other cards. And I should be able to, or I will be able to, get 6 of these pieces. And if you know, that's the size of the first mat that we put onto a card anyway. So I should be able to go a long way with this idea. All right, so now that I've got that, I'm gonna open the little arm out and I'm gonna do my 5 1/4 cuts. Did you see me just mess up? Because I did. I did 5 3/4, so I'm gonna cut this down to 5 1/4. That'll get me the 2 pieces I need right there. It'll leave me this little strip, not bad. I'm using strips, so I probably can make that happen. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this one correctly and get whatever strip I get from it. Don't panic if you do that, especially at this stage. I can use this strip also. Put it aside, and there are my card fronts. So now I'm gonna keep going and do the measurements correct this time. 5 1/4. Now, when I made my cards earlier, there was one in particular that I really loved. And I'm going to do this one 12 times because I loved it. What I did was I took this piece that's 4 1/4 by 5, that's 4 by 5 1/4, and I cut it in half at 2 inches the long way. Okay, you'll remember this card. I had one card that had these 2 panels, but one panel looked like this and one panel looked like that. I really liked how that looked. So I'm gonna go through and cut all of these in half at 2 inches the tall way, and then I will show you how we're gonna turn it into our 12 additional cards. So this is 12 craft colored card bases that I cut earlier, and I can see the score line. Let me fold it where you can see the score line because I'm afraid on camera you're not gonna be able to see it. All right, and my plan is to take these pieces that I cut and just decide how I wanna lay them out in the front. Do I want it to be like this? Do I want it to be like this? Or do I want it to be like this? Or any other option I may have. I kind of like this setup with the peppermint. I think that's super cute. But then again, I may even like this setup, and I kind of do. I think I'm just gonna mix them all up and get a whole bunch of stripes, and then I'll show you where we're going from there. So I got all 12 of these covered, and it's time to build the focal point. So I'm going to sit those aside, and this is what I'm going to do. This stamp is from Ornamental Greetings, and it says, we wish you a Merry Christmas, and it's perfectly sized for this little circle. So I'm going to stamp it 12 times. I'm going to build one for you here just to save time, and then I'm going to build the other 11 off camera. So I'm just using my VersaFine Onyx Black, which is my favorite for sentiments. Get that good and inked up. And then this fits right inside here, just like so. And that will then mount on the top of one of our little scallop circles that we created like this. Isn't that cute? So that's going to become a little focal point that I'm going to put on the cards. So I'm going to make 12 of these really quick. So I cut myself a pretty good piece of foam, and I've got all of these guys stamped and assembled. So I'm just going to run around the back and add my foam tape. I know I've said this before, but anytime I'm making these as mini as cards, I love to do assembly line work. It makes things easier. You don't feel like you've been making cards for days, because by the time we finish today, we'll have over 40 cards made, and it doesn't feel like I've been working forever, and this makes it easier. If you do one at a time, like if you put one on and put one on, it takes a much longer time. So all of these little cutie patooties are ready to go. I'm just gonna flip these over and move them out of the way. Aren't they cute? I love them. Okay, then I'm gonna bring the card bases over. Let me show you what my plan is. So I told you I had a whole lot of strips. I don't say a whole bunch of, had a whole bunch of strips around this size left over. And I thought these would be pretty if we put these across the center like so. And then we use one of these guys on it somewhere like this, or in the middle, it would be pretty. And one thing is, I'm noticing that these might be a little shy on the ends. So I think what I might do is just do a little fancy ribbon cutting. So if I cut in on one end and then come from the corner to the center, and then the corner to the center, I could do it only on one end where I scoot this over this way. Oh, I like that. I wasn't sure, but I really like that little point over there. And I think that would be really pretty for some cards. And I'm able to use these little scraps that I have. So what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and glue this one down. Now I'm still kind of assembly lining because I'm going to be doing the same thing, the same motion. But I want to do these all independently because I need to pick the right accent piece to go on top. So I feel like this peppermint looks really good on the black and white. And then we'll peel this little guy off and put it into place. You could put it in the middle. I think it looks better to the side. I'm kind of one of these kind of girls. I like things kind of off center. So there is a card. So there's one done. Let's keep going. Now I know you see that I messed up on these two, but I'm not really going to stress about that. I think what I'll do is put my little sentiment on this side instead of that one, so it'll show off the accent there. Not a big deal. Remember, you're not sending these cards to the same person, so everybody's going to have one a little different, and that will be fine. This might be my favorite of the whole pile. All right, let's put those aside. Okay, so for where we are now, we have 12 fancy fold cards. We have 12 pretty black cards, and we have 7 5x7 cards. Now remember, I forgot my other 3 that that were on that other sheet that I didn't get done, so I did those today, and they look like this. So there's 3 more to add to that pile. So that makes that 12, 13, 14, that's 15, okay? And then we ended up with, well, let's do the cards so we'll get them all done. So that's 12, 24, 27, plus 7, 3 is 34, if I did my math right, and I might not have. I'll check in a second. All right, and then we have this. 1, 2, oops, pull them up, you see them? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So 12 more cards today, plus our tags. So we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tags, and I'm not done, okay? I told you, normally, I'll be honest with you, normally I would stop here. I feel like I have gotten all I could out of that paper pack. Not all I could, but I feel like I've gotten all it owed me. You know what I'm saying? But this is what's left. I have it all stacked up on my sticker sheet here. So I'm down to just these little scraps. And I have to be honest, this makes my head hurt. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I've got 2 little strips here that are sentiment strips that haven't been used yet. So those need to be used in some way. And then I've got all these little pieces that I want to try to use. And a couple of stickers. I've got the Merry sticker, the Christmas tree, some strips down here. So in my last video in this series, it's going to be me taking this and doing something with it. Do I know what yet? No, got to do some studying on it. But that's what's left in our pack so far. And this is what all we have completed. Pretty cool, huh? Now you're probably going to ask me, why didn't you put ribbons on these? I have said this in videos before, but I want to make sure I say it here too. I like to put these into my gift wrap. I have a gift wrap storage container, and I like to put these into my storage container without a ribbon because I'm never sure exactly what package I'm going to put them on. Sometimes I'll need a long ribbon, sometimes I need a short ribbon, and I just use curling ribbon on my packages because most people are going to throw these away. I know it's sad to think, but they are. And so rather than use a bunch of baker's twine for these kinds of things, I like to use just some of that curling ribbon, and it works out perfect for that. So there we go, guys. Let's do the math. I'll have to go off camera and add it up. So if my math is correct, and there's a very good chance it is not, you can tell me in the comments if it's not. This is 46 cards and then 12 tags. I didn't count the tags in, 12 tags. That's not bad. And remember, I allowed myself to play with some cardstock I normally don't. I let myself use a lot more cardstock on these cards than I usually would. So to get, I know I'm going to get 50. I know I can get 4 more cards out of my scrap, but who knows? I have pushed myself before and gotten over 60, but if I get 50, I feel pretty good about it. Well, there you go, guys. We have one more video in this series coming. Thanks so much for watching today. If you're doing this, you know I want to see it. Head to my website called MaymayMadeIt.com and be sure to leave a picture of your progress in our customer gallery. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. You just never know who else might want to see it. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.